All right, our next. Yes, thank you. Our next inductee played on those early teams of Dan Pitts. And without a doubt, almost everyone you talk to will say he was the greatest player on some of the worst teams we had. But that was no reflection on him. One time someone said, Coach Pitts sent him out of the locker room at halftime and said, there goes the only guy that's made a tackle in the first half. What are the rest of you guys going to do? He was an outstanding player at Mary Persons. First three teams, he was a fullback and a linebacker on squads that only had 19, 20, maybe 21 players. But he was in there on almost every play. He was a co-captain. He averaged 20 tackles a game. He had over 30 tackles on several occasions. He was the most valuable player and became the first Mary Persons Bulldog to sign a college scholarship with a Southeastern Conference team when he signed on to play with Mississippi State. He was a Mississippi State Bulldog, but he's remembered for what he did as a Bulldog on the playing fields here. And tonight we welcome him in to the Forsyth Monroe County Sports Hall of Fame, Chester Grant.
It's an honor to be here tonight, to be inducted, because we didn't have that good a year with Coach Pitts when he first come here. We, like I said, only had 19 players, 11 of us played offense, defense. Kickoff, you didn't come off the field. And he didn't believe in giving water at the time. At halftime, we got a Coca-Cola and a little cup like that. And that was all we got, I'll be honest with you. I'd like to tell a little tale about him. I was taking, of course, where we had to go pick up rats at 10. And I always used Coach Pitts' car. So another student, Michael Bloom, and me, we'd go get the rats and bring them back. And one day it was raining cats and dogs. We run out of our house. I wanted to have a sandwich before we went back to get that grub they fed us at school. So I said, we're running late. So we jumped in the car and took off, and it was raining cats and dogs as hard as you'd think it would rain. And I looked down at speedometers and I was doing 72 when all of a sudden I lost it. Lucky nobody else was on the road with us. We hit a bank where AT&T's at now. And both got thrown out. And very fortunate, evidently I went out the back door because I tore the handle off. And the guy that's doing construction over Tip come over. And he said, where you want to go? I said, to the school. So he took us down there. I walked in the biology class and Coach Pitts, I said, Coach Pitts, I wrecked your car. And he turned about as white as one of these tablecloths. And then he asked, are y'all all right? I said, yes, sir, we're all right. Well, we had to get our parents, go get us some clothes after we took a shower. And I was talking in Miss Petty's class in 6th grade. She kicked me out of that 6:30. Then I had to go before Judge Brown. And the officer said, yeah, he was speeding. He left skid marks 276 feet. And my daddy told him what he thought. That's the story. And Judge Brown said, well, nothing was involved except the car was. And I said, that's all. Of course, I totaled it out in 25 mile an hour zone. But, Coach Pitts didn't have any insurance. And Daddy was fortunate to have insurance on his car, so they got him a nice 51 Chevrolet coupe to replace that 54 Ford four-door sedan. And it was a lot better car, especially after I wrecked that. Like I say, he was like a second daddy to me. We gave him his first perfect season, 0-10. But we had lost 3 games by 1 point, 2 games by 3. But in track, we won 3 straight region championships. I don't know why we didn't do better in football. But it was just, it was an honor to play for him. And he was, like I said, he was like a second father to me. And he kept that Chevrolet, he still had it when I left to go off to college, which I was fortunate to get a scholarship to Region. 2 guys at Presbyterian College in South Carolina got jobs at Mississippi State, and they got in touch with Coach Pitts. But the thing about it, we didn't get any write-ups when we were playing. And our mothers were sort of our guardian angels, because our practice uniforms was what we wore on Friday night in the games, and they washed and scrubbed our clothes and got them clean as they could. But it was just a lot different now. You go out here and you see 100 guys on the football field, and you say, where were they back then? But I loved playing, and I loved the people I played with. And a good college messed up my shoulder and transferred to a small college. But we was on a winning team every year. And I met a lot of good folks in Mississippi. I know a lot of people think they was a backward crowd, but really, they were some nice people. And the funniest part about it, the landowners had money. They drove 98 Oldsmobiles out in the field, cotton fields on. If you got stuck, you just got a tractor and pulled it out. They didn't drive pickups. I never understood that. I guess I've said all I need to say.